Hello YouTube, Retro Reclaimer here with episode 2 of the £5 game challenge. Thank you so much for the support that I got in the first video, episode 1. If you haven't watched that, I'll chuck that in the description. Go and watch that one first. It's pointless watching this episode before you watch that one. It brought a lot of subs, it brought a lot of likes and a lot of comments, which is fantastic. So I'm glad other people can enjoy the series. So just a recap on episode 1. So we started the challenge with £5 and we spent £5 on 5 different Xbox 360 games. So from that bundle, I've kept 1 and sold 4. So the game that I kept was Halo 4 limited edition. So that cost me £1, well worth more than £1, all complete, in really nice condition. I've got a sort of a little Halo shrine here, and it's something I've considered having in the collection. I've kept an eye out for. So I thought rather than get rid of that, and which would make me a bit of profit from £1, I'll keep that. So each episode I want to be keeping something, and that's why we'll build a game collection with not really spending any money, only what we've, that initial fiver and whatever it makes. So the other 4 games I listed on eBay. 2 of them I only made probably 30p net profit for. It were pointless, but this is sort of a learning thing for me. So those 2, so Test Drive Unlimited and Doom Free BFG edition, they sold for £2.50 and £2.43. By the time the money came in, I posted stuff out, eBay fees. So eBay fees, around about 13% per item sold, 30p per listing on top of that. It didn't leave me with much. I certainly made my £1 back, but I only made about 30p for both of those games, so it was pointless really. The other 2 games though, Call of Duty 2 sold for £8, so I made a decent amount just from that game alone. And then Monkey Island, which was the gem of the bundle, I sold for £26. So altogether with eBay, when I sold those 4, I made £39.90. That's gross profit, but I then had to sell. I then had to spend money on packaging. So it was 50p for a Jiffy bag, so times 4, and it was £2.5p for the postage. Again times 4. So my net profit was £29.70. So from £5 to keep a limited edition game in the collection and have £29.70 profit was a wonderful start, and I was really chuffed with it. So now we're sort of a little over a month later, and we're at episode 2. I have spent £29, so I've got 70p left in the bank, and we've spent £29. So I had a slow start and I struggled to find anything, but the first thing I came across was a game in a charity shop, and that was Lego Lord of the Rings for the Nintendo Wii. I've got a receipt inside here, so I've tried to obviously keep all the receipts. You can see there, £1. That's just for transparency. I will obviously have put pictures on for the games that I'd sold, so you can see those, but it's all truthful. Whilst I chuck stuff on there, I'm not insanely bothered about showing evidence of every last little bit. So £1. This game sells for a fiver at CEX, so I figured I might be able to make at least £2 profit from this game itself. If I put that on eBay like the others, I'd make about 30 odd p. I'll have to see what I can do with that one. So I found nothing again for another week or so. Went back into the same charity shop and found Bratz Rock Angels for the PS2. Nice and complete. Again, that was £1. The receipt's in there. So this sells for £12. I think it was £12, was it? Let me just double check. Yeah, £12 at CEX that sells for. So I'll certainly be able to make a profit whether I sell it through eBay or other means. So that was a good find. So you're talking 2 weeks there, and that's all I got. So we were very slow. You've got to scour Marketplace, scour Gumtree, and get to charity shops, get to car boots, just to try and find little bits of pieces, and then it'll all build up eventually. So talking of car boots, I went to a car boot twice, and first time I left this item and I didn't bother with it, and then the second time I was in, I was like, right, if I can get it for a couple of quid, I'll get it. And it was an Xbox 360 controller Very good condition. Those little pimple bits there are still on the analog stick, which suggests it's not been used a great deal. There's not really a great deal of scratches or wear and tear. The battery is all fine, as in the casing, and I've tried it, tested it, and it works fine. So I paid £2 for that. So that's a bargain, because they sell for £18 at CEX, these controllers. I always use CEX just because it's easier to get the app up, type something in, and figure it out there. So I should make a healthier profit just from those bits alone. That's only £4 spent. And then a couple of days ago, I came across a nice bundle on a Facebook Marketplace. So I'll chuck the pictures, the messages, and stuff there. So it was a PS2 Slimline bundle, the silver one, with a bunch of games, 25 games, something like that, and 5 controllers. So I'll show those now. I offered £20. She said she wanted 30 really, but she did accept 25, and I kind of felt a bit bad by saying 25, but it's, if she's happy to let them go for that, I was more than happy to go and spend that. Whilst I'm on that topic of feeling bad, so I was at the car boot and I come across a PSP bundle, maybe about 15 games, a console, and when I started flicking through, there was a guy stood at the store, said, I'm buying that. I was like, all right, no worries. I was gutted, but he got there first. The lady behind the till, or the lady, the seller, she then said, he's offered me £50. Can you do any better? And it was one of those situations where the seller is obviously going to want more the merrier. She's got no affiliation to me, him, or anyone else. But for me, I don't like getting stuck in and involved like that. I got put off the car boots because of how competitive it is, and you've got to be a dick, essentially. You've got to have little care for people around you and just be a dick if you want to get the best stuff at the best prices. But I just said, no, leave it. You were there first. It's yours. I'm not that interested anyway. There was a couple of decent games in there, and I'm sure he'd have flipped that for a profit, but he got there first, I let him have it. And then later on, as I'm walking around, I saw him again picking up some DS games, so I'll have to get in a bit earlier next time, I think. Okay, so the PS2 then. So yeah, silver PS2 Slimline SCPH 7000 free, or is it 70,000 free? Really nice condition. There's minor scratches. Everything you'd expect on a console as old as this. I've not actually tested this, but I've got no sort of what word am I trying to use? I doubt it'll be dodgy. It's gonna work. Yeah, top English. Well done. Give me a like for that English. And then we've got a silver PS2 memory card there. So yeah, beautiful, fantastic that. It came with 5 controllers, so there's 2 silver ones, and all these are official. Again, I've yet to test them, but the buttons and everything feel good. And when I say good condition, so the scratches always appear on these silver ones. If anyone has any, you'll have a look, and there's scratches everywhere. But this one in particular is in really good nick. So yeah, 2 silver ones, and then we've got three black controllers. Again, got to test them all. They need a bit of a clean, but 5 controllers there, which is that was the biggest selling point of the bundle itself. So those controllers, at trade credit alone, the silver ones get you £12 each, and the black ones get you £10. So even if I took those to CX for a trade voucher, I'd get £54. I'd get a £54 voucher, which is brilliant, really, isn't it? I think the console gets you about 30 quid. So selling games online is easy when it comes to postage and stuff. Selling consoles online and boxing stuff up, making sure it's boxed properly, I've got no experience with, and I wouldn't like to sell it online. So I'm considering taking the bundle into CEX for a voucher, because they tend to give you more for your consoles anyway. I wouldn't be able to get a great deal selling that on Facebook or wherever. So I think I'm going to take it to CEX, get myself a decent voucher, buy a couple of games and sell those and hopefully still make a decent profit, but I don't know yet. It also came with a steering wheel, which is pretty cool. Obviously not an official one. Again, yet to test it. Whether it's any good or not, I'm not sure. There's the foot pedals. I don't think there's any value there. We'll see. If I could get a fiver for that, I'd be made up, but I doubt I'm going to get much for it. And then a bundle of games. So yeah, there's 20 odd games here. So for whatever reason, there was a DVD. Cars, fantastic film. I've already got it, but they chucked that in there. A lot of them are sports, so I'll run through the sports titles because there's no value. The ones that will just go into the collection, so I'll end up with a lot of games because I'm not going to really sell them unless I sold them for £1 each somewhere. I'd still struggle to sell them. So we've got Total Club Manager 2005, Jose Mourinho there. We've got NHL 2001. I'll tell you what, let me pick these up. So most of these games have got the manuals in. There's some Grand Theft Auto games which are missing maps, and there's a couple of games missing manuals, but most of them have got them in. So we've got Rugby 2004, NHL 2003, FIFAs, so we got 09, 06, 04. We've got Driver Free, a messed up case. We've got Stuntman, Pro Evo 6, WWF SmackDown Just Bring It, Smuggler's Run, fantastic game, Pro Evo 4, Total Club Manager 2004, FIFA Street, I think that was missing a manual. No, it doesn't, that one's complete. Tiger Woods 2005, World Championship Darts. I've never played a darts game before. Again, a lot of these, there's not really any value to them. Outlaw Golf 2, FIFA 07, World Championship Rally, or World Rally Championship 2 Extreme. A decent one here, the Getaway Black Monday, that one's all complete. There's value in that one at least. LMA Manager 2005. So I used to play LMA Manager 2003, I think. It had Gary Lineker on the front, and I really enjoyed that one. So I'll have a look at playing that. But the current manager games, there's too much going on. It's too much of a chore. Pro Evo 4 again in the Platinum. What else? FIFA 2003 in the Plat. I think that one's complete actually. And then some of the more juicier games then. So we've got Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. This one's got the map and the manual, but the map is a bit tattered. But yeah, so that was a good one to have in. GTA San Andreas. We've got no map, but we've got the manual. GTA Vice City. We've got manual, no map. Rugby 2008. Manual's a bit messed up on that one. Madagascar, Platinum, unfortunately missing a manual. Funny looking game called Beach King. There's no manual in this one. It's like a cartoony sort of pervy game by the looks of it. Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. And GTA 3, sadly without a map or a manual. Obviously it came with the power supply and the AV cables. But yeah, so a good bundle of games. I think the latter part of the games are what will make me a bit of money. If I got sort of £15 for some of those games there, then I'd be quite chuffed with that. But the money is really going to come from the console and the controllers. So yeah, I've sort of done a quick calculation on selling everything in here, and I think from this episode I should be able to make about £100 in trade credits, and not necessarily total profit just yet, but I feel like at the moment that's probably going to be my best option, is to take it to CEX, get them to take everything there, get a voucher, get a couple of games that I can sell on eBay or wherever, and try and make the profit off them. it will be slightly less, but it will be easier and quicker than selling consoles online and a big bundle of games. That is sort of what I'm thinking anyway. Um, there might be stuff there people watching who are interested in or whatever. You know, that'd be easier for me to sell to some of you lot. But there's nothing magical here. There's nothing magical. Just a decent bundle that you can flip. So yeah, so our pot now sits at 70 pence, which isn't a lot, but I've no problem. I can't see any problems with increasing that sort of. Certainly more than a fiver, won't it? But the idea is to. So if we sat at just below £30 at the start of the episode, if I had £60 to start episode 3 and buying stuff, that'd be a good victory. So that is what we'll aim for. We'll see. You'll find out in the next episode. If you've not watched episode 1, go and watch it. If you've stuck and followed from episode 1, brilliant. Thank you very much for the support. Thanks for watching. It's an interesting journey, isn't it? And if it's inspired you, do the same. I'd love people to go ahead and do this same thing, and you know, for me to watch them, because that's what inspired me. I watched someone else do it and it inspired me to do it. And for just to say I've got all this for a fiver is insane. So yeah, I'm buzzing. We can keep this going, keep it going into higher profits. Then we can get more juicier stuff. We'll see where it goes. But yeah, cheers for watching. Regular viewers, next video is likely to be a room tour. I've just not got around to it. I've changed everything around. After that, I've got a couple of pickups, but until I get a bit more, I probably won't show those just yet. Episode 3 for this series, hopefully not too far in the future. It just depends on how quick I can sell and buy stuff. But yeah, it's a good journey, and thank you for coming along. So cheers, thank you very much, and we'll see you when we see you. All right, cheers, bye bye.